As you can see, we have the best boundary fences in the country. This one over here is absolutely superior, because when all the Californian thistles, which have started over there already, we've fenced them out. They will not come through. So it's remarkable how good that boundary fence is. This is our boundary fence, and how many people have seen anything to do with us setting rocks up on our fences and shit like that? And how many have been silly enough to do it? How many saw the result or felt the result? Oh, you're still thinking about that? Okay, so this last year, it was actually about this time that the cows were in this area and they were really pissed off, and I was going, what the hell is going on? And we had some visitors from Switzerland come, and I came down here to show them what had happened. And lo and behold, this rock that we'd set up here was out in the neighbour's paddock. And I already can feel what happens when I disconnect it. So this rock, it's a bit unique really. It's an andesite rock, but it absorbs or cleans the EMF field from electrical current. So the electrical field is coming from there, even though it's quite low, it gets to here, it gets amplified for the amount of electricity we're getting in the soil. So we need some crash test dummies to prove how silly I am, and just to show mates it works. This man here looks prime for this.
Look like a real skeptic. Eh?
Yeah, come on. So what I'm going to do is, like, how many people have used kinesiology before? Okay, so it's about just testing yourself as a meter or strength. So what I want you to do is, like, just stand out here, put your arm out here, strong as you can, like just resist me. I could do just about do chin-ups. So I'm going to put that on there. Now I want you to put your right hand on that and put your arm out. Come on, try. Okay, you're fairly strong. Now put your hand on that. There. Put your arm out. You're going to try? You're going to really try? Really try. Try. Come on, try. Would you like me to do that with one? Would you like me to do it with one finger?
I spend 3 days a week at the gym too, so.
So what is happening? Oh, I need to fix this. I can feel this shit all the time. And there is a technical reason for it, and Paula found it in a book called Arthur Fistenberg's The Invisible Rainbow. And people with what they call porphyrin rings in their blood are very affected by this. Most people don't know it's happening, but I get affected by the EMF really badly. But what happens is that if that is coming through our soil, it affects the biology in the soil, it affects the cows. And like that day, the cows, they were just bonkers. They were pissed off. There was cows hurt themselves, and when I realised what had happened, within 20 minutes they just went quiet once I connected it back up. So these things, when you look at nature, like when you look at all the genetics and the livestock you're buying and everything, you're going to buy these cattle because they've got these great genetics and everything, right? You buy this flash bull and you bring him home, and when he sits down on the ground, where does his nuts go? Onto the ground. Okay, so when you go in to look at this epigenetics, so the animal is producing semen that is suited to the environment that they live in. So you pay thousands and thousands of dollars for this flash bull, bring him home and you sit him on your chemicalised ground, and he goes, I'm going to give you chemical dud calves. Now, if you look in nature, what happens, like if you go, deer are really good ones, it's like they live in a herd and the dominant male stays in that area, looks after it. It's actually what they call line breeding or whatever, but the genetics come to protect their own. And we spend money all over the countryside but don't actually look after what the most biggest part of it is. And like over the time, and you'll see it, and the cows, there's an orange cow down there, and she came from up Woodland Road, and she came out of a Red Angus bull. She's 15 years old, as are quite a few of the cows down there. And you just see that they were born at a time when I had it pretty humming, and when they get the environment right, they just keep going. Just boom, 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 boom. But I've had it where we've had it really cocked up, and just whole mobs of heifers, after 3 years, they're gone. Just an absolute freaking disaster. And I can go, shit, I know what I did then. Oh, I won't do that again. And with that Angus bull that I had up there, I kept him for 10 years. And so we had the same progeny out of the same cows from the same bull, and we would see these massive swings and changes as to what we did on the farm, whether we had aluminium toxicity, what the animals responded to. And so it's a big red herring not to look after what's going on at home to start with, because that's the biggest aspect of what's going to happen further down the track. And if you are going to buy good genetics from elsewhere, bring them home and make sure it's clean so that when they're on here, the progeny is going to be suited to this farm. Otherwise, there's a huge amount of money just gone wasted out the door. So who else wants to come and test my skeptical electrical fence? But anyone can test this, okay? Yeah, you've got to wire it up. You see this here?
How come that worked when you just threw the rock in and then took it away?
Because it's on the wire here. It is touching the wire.
All you got to do is touch it.
Yeah, it's got to touch. Yeah, it's all it's got to do is touch it. It has some unique properties. So I've been told I could run a business just on this alone, but it's just part of what we learned or what we need. And you should have this around your house on your smart meters, earth pegs, incoming transformers, all that stuff. Because what's happening is, like, when you're at the road, you've got a transformer. The power goes through your transformer and it's full of chlorinated fluorocarbons, which is done to deoxygenate. So the vibration goes straight into your house. And so you live in a sea of CFC vibration. A lot of people that have done this stuff on their houses and that sort of thing find they can sleep better and they're a lot less agitated from the process. We've had people actually buy the rocks that couldn't even get into half their house with their smart meters. So it's quite interesting how it all works.
So in terms of farming, that's in your corner of this paddock.
Yep.
Do you have a gun in the corner of every paddock, or do
Right,
you set
just go around the boundary.
around the boundary?
Yep.
So you're saying electrical currents run east to west?
Yes.
But they will still come.
It'll still come back on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta keep it clean.
So what's the name of the stone?
Jump right in there.
Andesite. That one is.
Andesite.
Yeah. So you put your arm out now before touching the fence. Okay. Now put the hand on the fence. Yeah. No, it's not going.
Had a lot of those shots.
Come on. I know, look, I already know what the answer is. Look at that.
Yeah.
You can't. But if I just do that, there you go again.
Yeah.
Now the best way to test this yourselves is just get a set of fish scales. It's really simple, because like whenever you're going out there and putting the rocks out, or you got someone with you, you can test. But with a set of fish scales, you get them on the end of the, and you can lift, and you can see how much you can lift, and you can see how much the change is in it. And I see a 30-40% decrease in energy, ability to lift. And the first time, well, the biggest time I ever saw it was Gordy Slater down the Taranaki, and at the time he just finished playing for the All Blacks, and at the cow shed he could get on the end of the scales and he could lift 26 kilos. And you find anyone that can lift 26 kilos on the end of it, it's a lot. So we went to part of their farm, which was at Bell Block, right next door to a industrial centre. It was a paint shop, and I put him on the scales. He lifted 12 kilos. And he could not believe it. And like, this is fucking big. And he's like, man, he was going to fix it, come help. He couldn't fix it. And they said, well, is that something to do with those people that live in their house? They both died of cancer. And go, highly likely. Well, the ones in that house there, they've both got cancer. And so like, here they were on an industrial paint factory right next door. And it was coming into their farm, and the people in these houses, they were copping the resonance of that, and that was buggering them. So it is called the invisible rainbow. It's there all the time and we don't see it. And it affects the ground. And I would categorically say that if I took that off there, I would be growing 30 to 40% grass less in here straight away. And last year, when this happened, and we did actually take some notice, we had a strip of about 15 metres right down this part and all grew brown top. It all just came up as brown top and horrible grasses. Within 10 days of putting the rocks back, the red clover came back and the plantains came back. So it's a huge factor.
Combination.
Push that lady's hand down.
Well, you come and try.
Yeah, well, you try it, but she's stronger than me. You couldn't push your hand
I
down.
know, but see, I put the rock back, didn't I?
Okay.
Okay, so you put your hand out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, without touching it. Strong as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, now touch it now.
Yeah.
Come on, strong again. Yeah, okay, so stay there. Now try. Do you want to
But
do
you
it?
couldn't push hers down.
No, I swapped it round. Oh no, I could push her down all right. She knew all right. Yeah, she, yeah.
It wasn't very convincing.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
you push the lady's hand down. Just you two
You do it.
together with the-
Yeah, okay,
So it's
Yeah,
a
so-
measurement of the,
I'll put it on. You can test it once. Put your hand on.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because he couldn't push your hand down. Okay, yeah, you're strong.
Yeah, okay. Now try.
Still pretty strong.
Try really hard.
Keen to dive deeper? Check out our audiobook and EcoFarmers Discovery on Spotify, or grab our free ebook, The 6 Things You Need to Improve Soil and Farm Profit. Links in the description.